Hi everybody, Anita here. Welcome. Today I have a beautiful mani for you. It's going to be about 10 minutes long, guys. If you can stick with me till the end, I promise you something really pretty. Today I'll be using some acrylic paint for this design. Now I did a mani last week, my Nor'easter mani. I'll put a card up if you didn't check that out. But I used a technique for the base color that was like a dabbing technique or a sponging technique. I used nail polish for that one, but for this one I wanted to really show you how I did it. So this is what I did. You take a cosmetic sponge, cut it into a square, grab it with the claws of your cleanup tool, and then take some scissors and clip off the excess. You can put this or make this into any shape that you'd like. I'm using or going for like more of a rounding shape, like a dauber, if you will. And this video is sped up a lot. I don't move that fast, but I'm trying to keep it at 10 minutes or less so that you guys will stick around till the end. What you do next is just moisten that sponge a bit, and then you're just going to pick up some paint on your sponge. This is again a cap that I use as a palette all the time. You guys see me use this a lot. And then you just sponge that onto your nail. So you just dab it on in any pattern that you'd like. You try out the sponge in different angles and positions to see which way will work best for you. And for me, I just wanted to do some like cloud-like designs on that beautiful blue polish. I picked this one up at CVS. It's a Julie G polish and it's gorgeous. It will be listed down in the description box below for you, along with all the other products that I use for the video. Reload your sponge often. That paint comes off pretty well, so you want to be sure that you have enough on to get your desired effect. Now if you don't like the way that this is turning out, the fix is pretty simple. You just wipe it off with a dampened cotton round, or you just let it dry completely and then scrape it off with your nail. It comes off that easily. Wash your hands. This paint is water-based. It's easy cleanup, and you can just wash it off and then start all over again. The cleanup for the excess polish on your fingers is just as easy. You're going to see me do that in just a couple of minutes. This technique is really nice. I like this a lot because it leaves enough of that beautiful polish peeking out from underneath, but it does add a little bit more interest and depth to your mani. So I really like this technique a lot. I think I'll be using it more in the future for some manis. And there we have it. Now this is the cleanup part that I told you about. Just dampen that cotton round and just take off the excess. This is great for me because I suffer horribly from dry cuticles. My skin is dry anyway, and the drying of the nail polish remover just really gets me sometimes. Now what I'm doing here is just using the dry part of that cotton round to just go over the surface of the paint to make sure that there are no loose particles before I top coat. Now I decided to do a sparkly topper after I put this top coat on, but in the future what you would do is put your sparkly top coat on first and then do another top coat over that. The reason for that is the glitters that are in that topper are rough, and you want to have a nice smooth surface when you're stamping. So you would just reverse these two steps. It's very pretty. So here I go with the topper. This is a Sally Hansen product. This one is a disco ball. I've used this a lot in other manis that I've done as well. I like it because it is a sparkling topper, but it is in a clear base. I didn't want to add any color to this, and sometimes some of the toppers will have a metallic color in with the glitters, and I didn't want that for this. So this is perfect for this mani, or for any mani where you just want to add sparkle but no color. Very pretty. Now once it's all top coated again and dried, it's time to stamp. We're going to be using the Scandi plate, which has iconic images from all over the world. I'll be using Christ the Redeemer that I pointed to there, And for this Mexico plate, I'll be using the hearts and the crosses. Really beautiful images. If you don't own any MoYou London plates, try to get at least one. You can get some on eBay, as well as MoYou London. Now for these two plates, I'll be making a phrase for one of the nails, and I'm going to use the letters that are on those plates to do that. So we're going to start stamping. I have a black stamping polish. Again, all of the products will be in the description box. I'm using my Big Bling clear jelly stamper to pick up that image, and you see it picks up beautifully. I'm just going to remove the parts of the image I don't want, those clouds. So I'm just going to take the cellophane tape and carefully remove that. And then once you position it where you'd like it, just push down on that stamper, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then just lift off. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. That's exactly the image I wanted. So I'm really pleased with that. I am going to stamp a few clouds over that at the bottom just to make it look like the Christ figure is rising up through the clouds. So my paint started to dry out a little bit, but I just stirred it up and add a little bit of water to it, and it's fine for the little bit of sponging that I want to do right now. So I get Scully in place there to perch my finger on. I can't do anything without Scully. And just a few clouds at the bottom just to cover the base of that image. So again, it gives a little bit more depth to the design. Beautiful. Now I'll be stamping a whole image on this nail. So I'm just going to put a protective barrier for this one and for the pinky. Once that dries completely, let it dry, then it's time to stamp. So I'll be using again the crosses and the hearts. This is a beautiful plate as well. These plates are really well etched. They are just fantastic. I love them so much. Now my scraper again is at a really close angle to the plate. Nice and easy with the scraping. Don't push too hard. You don't want to remove all the polish, just the excess that's on top of the design. And then when you place it on your finger, press down, hold it a couple of seconds. I'm just using a pointy stick here with a little nail polish remover to separate the stamping polish from the nail so that when I pull the barrier off, I just pull off the barrier and not the stamping polish. Just like that, perfect. Just do a little cleanup and you're good to go. Perfect. And once again, you'll see that angle that I have there, nice and close to the plate. Just a light flick of the wrist to pick up that polish. Comes up beautifully. You don't have to press hard. And again, just position it where you want over your nail. Press down, hold it a couple of seconds. Use that stick with a little nail polish remover on it just to separate the polish from the barrier. Remove your barrier and you are good to go. Perfect. A little cleanup. Black polish is hard, so be patient with your cleanup and take your time. I edited this and I did more cleanup than this, believe me. That black polish will smear. So to add a little sparkle to my added clouds, I'm just going to again go over it with that sparkly topper. And then once everything is dried completely, I'm going to do a top coat. Before I do that though, I have to put my phrase on. So I'll be taking letters from these words, and the first one conveniently was together, and that's he. Place that where you want it. Try to line it up, so it's pretty even. And the next word I need is conveniently together, and that is. Perfect. And the last word, some letters are together, some are not. So the first letter I'll need is an R. Have you figured out the phrase yet? The next two letters are IS, is, conveniently together for me. The E, I don't know what happened to it. I filmed it and it just disappeared. So this one is an N, and my phrase is He is risen. And that's what Easter is all about. Love this. I really like the way this came out. Now once everything is on and dried, I'm putting on my no smear top coat. And on top of that, I will use my glossy top coat. At the end, you'll see I have a couple of pictures. One is glossy and one is matte. I'm really into the matte lately. And that's this one done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe. If you click the bell icon, that will notify you when I upload a video, and that's once a week. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you have a great Easter. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.